And now, here's your host of Jonathan Clarke Video Blogs, the best-looking man on YouTube, and the voice of Disney's Descendants and Zombies, Jonathan Clarke.
What a beautiful morning we have on this island this morning. Thank you girls so much for all the love and support you have shown this YouTube channel. I honestly do love living here. Despite all the wildfires and all the severe thunderstorms, this is a beautiful location for them to shoot Descendants and Zombies. And I really put it out there for Descendants and Zombies producers and writers to come here and check this place out because it is beautiful, and I think it would be the perfect location to shoot Descendants and Zombies. And then yours truly could be in the show. I could be one of the stars of Descendants and Zombies, which has been a long time coming and a long time overdue for people who have made me the voice of Descendants and Zombies. Thank you, girls, so much. I love you so much for all the love and support you've shown this YouTube channel, and you have given me when you didn't have to. Because I know there are a lot of people on YouTube who upload videos about Descendants and Zombies that really make no sense to anybody, have no business uploading videos about Descendants and Zombies. Especially in the fallout of your attendance of the Worlds Collide Tour, and especially you made it with all your videos you've been uploading, and then these big-time YouTube creators really overshadowing you with thousands of subscribers, thousands of views, and then these very talented girls uploading videos of themselves doing their hair, picking out their outfits for the Worlds Collide Tour, only to receive about 200 views per video and probably 125 subscribers. I say this because I feel very blessed to be sitting behind this podcast microphone this morning with over 2,775 subscribers. That is incredible, nearing the 3,000 subscriber milestone because of each and every one of you and the outpouring of love from your heart. I want to send a shout out to everybody who creates Descendants and Zombies videos on YouTube or who may have attempted to do so. The Descendants and Zombies universe are incredibly supportive and they will love you for forever. Their love is unconditional for those of you who don't realize that. And it's something you shouldn't take advantage of or try to manipulate somebody because they are smarter than they are ever given credit for. And if you don't know your Descendants and Zombies, they are going to let you know about it. They are never going to forgive you. So I had to do a lot of studying about Descendants and Zombies, or perhaps I didn't because I just fell in love with the franchise. You know, it was just something that really caught my attention, caught my eye, and I've loved it for forever. I know every morning I sound like I have a zombie infection, but I do love creating this show for each and every one of you. It never gets easy every night, hunting a bunch of vampires and zombies when you least expect it. Some nights are worse than others. And if you caught my video a couple of weeks prior to the premiere of Zombies 4 Dawn of the Vampires, I came in through the window one night with a severe cut on my hand and it was bleeding, and I thought for sure I was suffering from either a zombie infection or I was going through a transition of turning into a vampire. So I just want to apologize for all the vampire slang and zombie slang becoming very difficult from night to night. I've been doing it for over 30 years, but somebody's got to protect you girls, so you'll subscribe to this YouTube channel. I'm really excited to find out what was inside of that vortex. Check this out. What about this idea? What if Jonathan Clarke were inside of that vortex at the end of Zombies 4 Dawn of the Vampires? I mean, there's been speculation on mermaids, there's some speculations on sirens, there's some speculations on pirates, witches, but nobody has ever suggested that Jonathan Clarke could have been in that vortex. And if Jonathan Clarke is inside of that vortex, well then Zombies is really going to have a hero, and a hero that's been a long-awaited hero to arrive in the Zombies franchise. Now, here this morning, what I'm going to be taking a look at is a special tribute video to commemorate the 3 Zombies movies prior to Zombies 4 Dawn of the Vampires and Zombies 4 Dawn of the Vampires. So the entire 4 Zombies movies will be looked at in this retrospective video of how the friendship between Meg Donnelly and Milo Manheim evolved into something really spectacular, and it really did. It really did evolve into something really spectacular. I'm really excited to share this experience with you. Of course, there's a Melody of Someday comprised with some photos and some behind-the-scenes footage that we're going to be taking a look at. I saw this video just last night on YouTube. It garnered over 11 million views, and I'll show it for you in a reaction video. I think that Zombies 4 Dawn of the Vampires was so beautifully done because what separated the production in New Zealand from the production in Toronto is that the production crew in New Zealand were so happy to be there. And that's what kind of reminds me of me and how I would feel about being a part of the Zombies production in New Zealand, or just being a part of the Zombies production in its entirety, from the Worlds Collide Tour to the production of the movies and the value, because there's really a sentimental value and there's a certain amount of pride that goes with putting this together. And if you don't have pride putting something like Zombies together for the fans who love it so much and really understand how much they love a franchise so much as Zombies, then you're really not going to go anywhere with it. I want to say thank you to everybody who has made Zombies so special, and I know now that it will forever and always hold a special place in my heart. I don't know what I would do without you girls falling in love with guys who think they are vampires, and then you have to call 555 Jonathan Clarke kick his ass, because you know if you call 555 Jonathan Clarke kick his ass, then Jonathan Clarke, being a legend and the icon will have to kick his ass, because every morning Jonathan Clarke suffers from a zombie invasion, zombie infection, and a vampire transition because he protects all of you every night. But if you have to call 555 Jonathan Clarke kick his ass, then shit's really going to have to hit the fan, and I don't really want to have to do that. But you can never be too sure that your boyfriend is a vampire or a zombie, and if that ever happens to you, then you probably do have to call 555 Jonathan Clarke kick his ass and use all my social media references to get in touch with me, and that is actually quite possible because Jonathan Clarke really loves to jump into action and is always ready to go. Jonathan Clarke is always prepared for the inevitable. He always has the essentials for a zombie invasion, like food, water, medical supplies. And as long as you have that and you pick it up every day from the dollar store, which I make the occasional trip to buy sodas and medical supplies, food, and water, then you'll be just fine. But I mean, one can never be too prepared about a zombie apocalypse, and you shouldn't trust a scientist saying that the chances of a zombie apocalypse are never going to happen, because it will happen at the least expected moment. And I think that, reports of this alien invasion, this alien mothership on the way to Earth to kill us all sometime between now and the end of 2025, the end of the year, could be more accurate than ever before. It could be proven to be more accurate. So I think the chances of anyone out there wanting to get abducted by aliens have never been higher, have never been greater. So I just want to put that out there. I also want to say that if there's an alien mothership on the way to Earth to kill us all, then I am ready to go. I'm ready to die. Because I would rather die with these incredibly supportive Descendants and Zombies fans whom I create videos for and who moved into a house near a soda plantation and a chemical plant that could have exploded, beating out every other podcast. Because I don't think you just have to create videos about Descendants and Zombies. Allow me to say this. You have to live the entire Descendants and Zombies experience, and you really have to have a greater appreciation for it. Because I find people are like reviewing the concept of daywalkers and nightwalkers, and they're kind of just laughing in your face about it because they don't want to make sense of what a daywalker and a nightwalker is. Of course, nightwalkers are vampires who exist in the nighttime. Daywalkers are vampires that can exist in both because of the acid of a special ring. Didn't they try to do that with the Vampire Diaries years ago when I was working with that show? How, of course, if you had a ring, you could go out in the daylight. And I think they did something like that with Twilight too. But oh Lord, weren't the cast of Twilight so unprofessional? Oh my God, how many times did I want to punch Taylor Lautner in the face? How many times did I want to punch Taylor Lautner in the face? It seemed like vampire TV series, outside of the movies, the people who were involved with the TV series were so unprofessional and really thought their own shit didn't stink. And yeah, shit could have really hit the fan when I was working with Buffy the Vampire Slayer and the Vampire Diaries, but I kept my cool. Oh my God. The cool thing about Disney coming into this sci-fi era is that ever since the introduction of the multiverse by Marvel, I think Disney really knew they had to shake things up, and they really found a way of doing it with this sci-fi musical for zombies, because the music was great, and by Zombies 4 Dawn of the Vampires, presenting a camp rock Hannah Montana kind of vibe, really got me. And it really compelled me to watch it, and I felt so proud that I went and got a slush puppy a couple of hours before the premiere of Zombies 4 Dawn of the Vampires, because you haven't lived until you drink a slush puppy while watching Zombies 4 Dawn of the Vampires, or any zombies movie for that matter. And then you sit back and you wonder why Zombies has accumulated over 250 million hours plus of stream time on Disney+. Duh, because it's zombies, and it's either Descendants or Zombies or die. I mean, if I was going to die, I think the last thing I would want to do on my life is watch Zombies and Descendants. I mean, who wouldn't want to do that? I think you're a real loser if you don't love Descendants and Zombies. While I may appreciate losers who don't watch Descendants and Zombies, I think that every loser that doesn't watch Descendants and Zombies deserves a chance to fall in love with the franchise. And if you've never watched Descendants and Zombies, I think you're missing out on an incredible opportunity because it's so fun. And the script is so very unpredictable, so very much unpredictable, because you don't know what's going to happen from one moment to the next. There's really holy shit moments that always pop up at any given moment in Descendants and Zombies, because you don't know what's going to happen. While other scripts for Disney Channel movies like High School Musical and Hannah Montana were so obvious and you knew what was going to happen from one moment to the next, I think that how they keep you guessing from what supernatural creatures will see their debut in the franchise makes it that much more fun to watch. And I think it's going to be a whole lot more fun for people watching this, being introduced to it for the first time by the time we get to Zombies 5, or who may have watched Zombies back to back to back to back to back of this new generation. It's really cool, and it's so much fun seeing all these people who didn't see the original trilogies like Descendants from 2015 to 2019, and how big of an impact it had on all of our lives. And now that Dove Cameron and Sophia Carson stars and are no longer reprising their roles as Mal and Evie, the daughters of Maleficent and the Evil Queen. It's so cool how they're falling in love with the franchise after having not originally watched it, after seeing The Rise of Red and wanting to get a backdrop of info on what happened. So I think that's really cool how Descendants is really securing its future, but not only that, also reassuring us that it will last for forever, because that's ultimately what I wanted to do by creating this show, is to ensure that the legacies of these stars and the legacies of the franchises both respectively will live forever, because if I couldn't do that, then I would feel as if I failed all of you and I let all of you down. And there is no worse feeling in the world than feeling as if I let all of you down from the videos that I create on this YouTube channel. I know I live in a haunted house near a soda plantation and a chemical plant, but that's something we're going to have to put up with and deal with, and all my critics are going to have to put up and deal with, because I don't think any of my critics who create Descendants and Zombies videos for their YouTube channels went as far as to move into a soda plantation and a chemical plant that could explode for each and every one of you, or nearby one, I should say, for that matter, and a noodle shop called Chinatown, which unfortunately I may have to work at if I don't get enough subscribers on this YouTube channel. And you haven't lived until you have to be forced to work at a noodle shop, and that's something I really don't want to have to do. Preferably what I want to do is I want to stay home for the rest of my life and create Descendants and Zombies videos every morning before 9-10 a.m. for you to upload to my YouTube channel, because I have so much fun doing it. And I think that nobody really has this much fun creating Descendants and Zombies videos for each and every one of you, because I believe someday a human and a zombie can fall in love. One can find his true love, even if it is within the heart of a zombie or a vampire. But then again, one can never be too sure, because I thought for years I lived across the road from a vampire and I wanted to kick the whole family's ass. I kind of wanted to gas the house because I really thought they were vampires, and I wanted to pull a Buffy the Vampire Slayer really quick on that place. And I believed it until I went into their house and I saw this really gothic vibe, and everything in the house was red. The sofa covers were red. The pictures on the wall were even red. Some of the rooms were painted red. I said, holy shit, gothic. And, one thing led to another. So one can never be too sure. And you never know if your best friend could be a vampire or a werewolf, because take it from a guy who actually lived with a guy who thought he was a werewolf, and that was over a decade ago. And I still have nightmares about it. I thought about shooting him more than often enough. I never did get around to doing it. When the moon was full, he would howl at the moon at midnight, and between midnight and 1 a.m., and he wouldn't stop. So, I couldn't help but think about shooting him. I contemplated it for forever. I never did it. But one can never be too prepared. One should always remember, too, to shoot the zombie in the head, because the zombie otherwise will just keep getting up. So I just want to put that out there. If a zombie's coming towards you, or a zombie horde, and you want to avoid a really ridiculous situation, conserve your bullets and shoot them in the head. I got that from playing Dead by Daylight and Days Gone, Resident Evil, The Last of Us, all these horror survival video games are part of my PlayStation 5 video game collection you see in the back there. I'm a really cool guy. I'm a really sweetheart, and I love creating these videos for you about Descendants and Zombies, because I know the value of it, and I know how important it is to somebody to really feel as if they're immersed in this experience. I really do enjoy talking about your favorite stars like Meg Donnelly, who is absolutely incredible, so fearless, so strong. I think that if she wants to spend the rest of her life being a part of the Zombies franchise, I would go for that. I'm not going to lie to you. My heart was broken when I found out that Meg Donnelly and Mila Manheim had believed they had told the story of Zed and Addison, their respective characters, and they were moving on from the Zombies franchise. My heart didn't feel so heavy, though, when I found out they were going to be sitting behind the camera and assisting in the direction of Zombies. I think never enough guidance can be given to people like Freya Skye and Malachi Burton, who I think have fabulous futures with the Disney company, don't get me wrong. But I think that more guidance can be given to them because they are so young. How old is Freya Skye? 15 years old. She won't be 16 until October, and I'm really excited about her birthday. I think her and Ruby's birthday fall within 24 hours apart from one another. So Ruby's birthday will come on October 16th. Freya's birthday will come on October 17th. I do believe, I could be wrong about that, but I think their birthdays are literally 24 hours apart, so I will be celebrating Freya Skye's birthday, so she's made it on my birthday wish list this year, and I invite you to join me for that, because I've been a huge fan of English actresses for forever. I think they are beautiful, and there's just something about the English accent that gets me every single time. You don't really hear it sort of portrayal of the character Nova, but you do hear it in these interviews that she does for PR for Zombies, and she is just so incredibly gorgeous and so incredibly talented, and I think she is never given far enough credit for what she does. So I'm going to try to make a consistent effort to put out more Zombies videos leading up to the premiere of Zombies 5, and you're saying to yourself, hey, Jonathan Clarke, don't you realize zombies is not coming for another 3 years? Well, that's something we're just going to have to put up with and deal with. As fast as I can, I'll create as many zombies videos for each and every one of you. And I'll try to put my voice out there as much and as often as I can to get zombies out quicker for you, because I know how appreciative you are of it. I know that there has to be a release window and a budget allocated, so while we're waiting for that to be approved, I guess we can spend the rest of our lives talking about Zombies 5 and getting lost in the concept of, say, sirens and witches and werewolves, seeing their introduction into this, or seeing characters reborn again into it, whatever you may want to feel about zombies. You know, I appreciate how you feel about it. I really do. Especially with this new music. I mean, I love songs like Go My Own Way, Dreams Come True, because I always wanted to see a girl in my dreams that I had dreamed about for forever. I have never seen a girl in my dreams. I may have thought I did when I was out berry picking in the woods, because there are a lot of legendary stories about fairies and stuff associated with this island, which is why I love living here. Mermaids and fairies is the word I'm searching for, but I've never actually encountered somebody that I may have seen in my dreams, and I would be really excited and really honored to see somebody that I was dreaming about for forever. Oftentimes I thought I did, but I never had the opportunity to. And I can't forget to mention that there are incredible sightings on top of hills on this island too. I was on top of a hill called Signal Hill a couple of weeks ago and took a couple of photos for social media. And I thought about the ending scene, the final scene of Zombies 4 Dawn of the Vampires, where they go up on top of this hill and they speculate on their future and how they're going to spend the rest of their lives together, Zed and Addison. And I think I cried during the finale scene of Zombies 4 Dawn of the Vampires, because this movie, this franchise, still has so much to offer, which we're going to be taking a look at here momentarily in the upcoming video. That is really a retrospective on all 4 Zombies movies, in particular the original trilogy, which really captivated audiences worldwide and families. And I just want to say thank you so much for allowing me to become a part of your lives and, you know, enter your family's lives and talk to you about Descendants of Zombies the way that it was meant to be talked about, because I feel as if these creators of these videos on YouTube really aren't offering you a whole lot of value and sentimental value that should go significantly, tie in significantly with Descendants of Zombies, and show a greater appreciation for the girls that showed up at the Worlds Collide tour. And when I say showed up, you really did show up. You showed up with a heart and a half, and you glowed. Your gowns were beautiful. And I'm not talking about the girls that went in through the parking garage because their dad was some kind of celebrity icon and they were a big-time YouTube creator and they got discount tickets for the Zombies franchise. But the thing is, some of them probably got in for free, because how it goes is, of course, you're paid to review something either for a written column or a video on YouTube, then you're deposited in your bank account with a big amount. I know how it goes because I did it for years. But I think that these videos should not be overshadowing yours, because you put so much incredible effort and time into them. And I think that a lot of people are just being criticized for no particular reason. And I kind of just wanted to take that away from you. I really did, because you didn't deserve to be criticized as much as this. You deserve to have fun watching Descendants of Zombies videos, and I just wanted to give that to you. So before I head out to the red carpet premiere of Superman, which has been retold over 1,000 times and rebooted over 1,000 times this afternoon, because I thought about not going to the Superman premiere. I was asked to attend it, so I will be attending it today. And I was going into it thinking that Meg Donnelly was going to portray Supergirl, which she had auditioned for, and my heart was broken when I found that Millie Alcott had stolen that opportunity from her. So this is going to be 2 hours of my life that I will never get back. But I just want to put it out there that Meg, even though Millie Alcott is being Supergirl in this movie, I love you so much, and I think you would have been a far better and stronger Supergirl, because Meg Donnelly is in the best shape of her life, for those of you that have not realized that or noticed that. That is something to be taken into consideration. You really have to have the build for something like Supergirl, and I think this movie is really going to disappoint me, but because I'm getting it on discount pricing, I will go see it. And I see all these big budget movie premieres like Freakier Friday the other day. Lindsay Lohan, I love her so much, but I don't know how I'm going to feel about this Superman movie without Meg Donnelly. I would have loved it if Meg Donnelly would have been Supergirl like originally casted and reported, but apparently she was shut out. So because she was shut out, I wanted to shut myself out of the Superman premiere when I didn't have to. There'll be photos of this later on today on social media. But honestly, I think that people like Meg Donnelly and Freya Skye are never given enough credit for how fabulous of a job they do bringing things like zombies to life, and how value of an asset and a part of their lives Zombies has become. Not just the stars, but I think all of our lives. Zombies has, for all of our lives, become a part of it that we don't ever want to let go of. I mean, there are people still watching Zombies, I can't forget to mention this, who watched it in elementary school, who are now watching it in high school. They are graduating. I mean, I've been watching Zombies ever since I was 25. It's been 7 years. It's really hard to put into perspective how long it's been and how long we've been suffering from zombie infections and vampire transitions since we fell in love with zombies. Because like I said, it became a part of our lives. So why should we be shutting the door on the chances of Zombies 5, and the chances of mermaids, the chances of sirens, witches, what have you? I mean, even pirates I'd go for at this point. Because I've heard the stories about how people believe that they're running out of supernatural creatures to tell the story about. And I don't really want to buy into that because there's so much of a beautiful, beautiful story left to be told with zombies. I mean, Addison and Zed's characters were beautiful, but I think that Freya Sky and Malachi Burton's characters, Victor and Nova, they look so cute together. And I agree with each and every one of you. They really do look so cute together. And I just want to say thank you so much for making zombies so special for each and every one of us. Because yes, it comes down to the value that the actors and the actresses put behind the creative process of zombies and where they shoot it on location and what have you. Because I've always wanted to be the writer and producer of zombies, apart from jumping out of an airplane and fearing for my life and nearly escaping instantaneous death. I think there's a certain value and a certain appreciation that goes with this kind of thing, and I've just wanted to bring it to life for you in a way that I think it's been meant to be brought to life for what feels like forever. So with that being said, how we are going to bring this to life is we're going to take a look at all the moments from all the previous 4 Zombies movies. I can't believe it's been 7 years, almost a decade, since zombies stole our hearts, and continues to this very day. I get really emotional when I watch flashbacks from Zombies and Descendants because it really just puts into perspective how long it's been since the premiere of these franchises and how much of an impact it's had on all of our lives. Look at Meg Donnelly's muscles in her arms. She looks incredibly strong. I think she could kick my ass, honestly. I have a lot of respect for these stars for putting themselves through the rigorous training regime and what they've went through to really make Zombies and Descendants so special in all of our hearts. It is truly unbelievable, the profound impact, while I can't speak for everybody, that it's had on my heart, and I'm sure it's had on yours. Unbelievable. I think Meg is inspiring me to lift weights. It's crazy. If you have not subscribed to this YouTube channel, you're going to want to subscribe to this YouTube channel because there are a lot of great videos yet to come about Descendants and Zombies that I have on tap for you, and I would love for you to be a part of. So if you haven't subscribed, if you're thinking about subscribing to this YouTube channel, you're probably going to want to do that as we take a look at the past 4 years of Zombies and how much profound impact it's had on mine and all of your lives. Thank you so much for watching this video with me this morning. I'm so happy you're here.
We started when we had just turned 16.
Just imagine doing this since you were 16. I think I would be blown away. I am so much a better looking guy than what Milo Manheim is. I actually comb my hair.
It was just like the start of the craziest journey that we could have ever imagined.
It was a crazy journey, there's no doubt about that. I mean, one moment you're sitting home in your bedroom thinking you could be a Disney Channel star and thinking it was impossible.
It's such a blessing to be able to do with Meg. It's something that we always pinch each other about.
They are so close. Their friendship is unbelievable. They bleed friendship.
I was walking around Toronto with all my friends, and it was a new city and new culture. I was just learning so much, and that experience was definitely the best experience of my entire life. I would repeat it in a second.
Well, there's no doubt in your mind that it was the best experience in your life because it's the movie that made you a star. So obviously,
we're all family, and we've been together through this whole Zombies journey.
It was a journey.
I'm having so much fun. Everyone looks incredible.
Well, they do. I just don't like Milo Manheim's hair. Who was his stylist?
It's all so comfortable, that dynamic and chemistry, it's all there.
I'm so thankful for my genes that my parents had. Turned out to be such a good-looking guy.
It feels like no time has passed, and we've just always been doing this.
It feels like no time really passed. It's hard to believe it's been 7 years. But yeah, his hairdo makes me thankful for being a good-looking guy.
How much this movie was going to change our lives forever.
I wonder how often he goes to a hairstylist. Meg actually has nice hair, though.
I feel like working with Milo is just so easy at this point because it's been almost 10 years, so
we really have
don't even have to think about it.
Side by side the whole ride.
And they really have been side by side. They've been incredibly supportive of each other, which really gets me emotional every single time.
We're just together forever now, just because even if we're not doing zombies, just
we started this together.
Yeah.
We all started this together, not just the stars of it.
I'm very grateful to have this one by my side the whole time.
Thank you guys so much for watching this with me. If you found my thumbnail and clicked on my video and actually put up with me for the whole video.
When we finished someday on Zombies 1, Milo and I looked at each other and at the same time we said we did it. Yeah. And we say it all the time now after every Zombies milestone. So, we did it.
They certainly did do it. That's one thing I have to give them a profound amount of credit for, is that they certainly did pull off a miraculous production that nobody ever thought would be possible. So they have every reason in the world to cry for being so proud of it. I think I would do the same thing. Although I've never had the opportunity to be a vampire slayer in Zombies and be an ass-kicking machine. But by the time we get to Zombies 5, perhaps that could happen. But I give a profound amount of credit to not only the actors and the actresses who brought this one to life, but each and every one of you for making it so extra special. And I know forever and always it will be an experience that I will never ever forget, and that it will always and forever hold a very special place in my heart. I really don't know how I'm going to top this video later on this afternoon, which I hope you'll join me for. Give me a moment to switch back over to the other program, and we will close this one out, as always, with a few final thoughts from yours truly. I just want to take a moment in the final few seconds that I have on this show this morning to say thank you for the outpouring of love and support. It is truly undeniable, the love and support, and how unconditional your guys' love is for me. I am just a guy who shoots videos out of his bedroom, out of his office, call it what you want, and I think that I'm overshadowing a lot of these girls that upload these Descendants of Zombies videos who may have attended the concert or some special event, or may love the movies more than what I do. I don't deserve to be as famous as this on YouTube, but this happened overnight because all these girls hit my subscribe button, and I get really emotional about it because I don't know if I'd ever be in this position if not for each and every one of you. Unquestionably, without a doubt, you girls made me famous overnight, and I can't seem to thank you enough for that. So I just want to say from my heart to yours, thank you so much for all the love and support you've shown this YouTube channel. And if you think I should start lifting weights and get in shape for zombies, then hit the subscribe button, and I will forever and always hold a special place in your heart, I guess, for being a part of the Zombies franchise and making Zombies 5 the most funny and the best Zombies movie that you will see out of the entire franchise and series. Yeah, I have this dream of wanting to be a part of Zombies, and you can make it happen. I love you guys so much. Keep kindness in your heart forever and always, because kindness really does go a long way in this world. We will talk again this afternoon with another great Descendants of Zombies video on the way before I head out to the premiere of Superman, which I'm actually really excited about. I'll have more on that as it becomes available. Until we speak again this afternoon, bye YouTube. Keep kindness in your heart forever and always, and we will talk again in just a few hours from now. Stay calm and zombie on, as always.